Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today I'm doing a puzzle themed on December the 25th. Well, we did another puzzle themed for that day on the day itself, where I failed to realise that the camel in the title was a joke at my expense, I suspect, based on my inability to identify things written in grids. Although this time I can clearly see that Xmas is written in this grid, and there's a lot of 25s. So it is definitely themed around December the 25th. In our defence, I think that Akash sent this to us either at the very last lickings of the 25th or actually on the 26th. So there's only so much we could do in terms of featuring it on the day, i.e. we couldn't. Anyway, I'm going to do it today. So that will catch up with that. Now, there are a lot of things going on. I want to say sort of satellite to the channel. So John Halpin, who is the Guardian's cryptic crossword setter pool and published in many other places as well, has been doing, well, he's started a creator crossword with a celebrity event, but actually this month's event, he's just doing it on his own, and it's for his own charity, A Leg to Stand, based on relief in India. And consequently, he's making a crossword, a cryptic crossword, featuring a lot of curry words. So he suggests we calm along and enjoy some pilau talk. But that is going to happen on Friday, December 30th at 2 p.m. UK time. So what you have to do, I think, is subscribe to John Halpin's crossword site. Then you get emails about the events, and that will give you a link. If you have contributed to the charity at all, you get a link to the video stream, and give that a try if you're interested in the creation of cryptic crosswords, as I am, although I may not be able to make that one. Anyway, we have that coming up. There is, on Patreon, we have issued very slight revision of Fistum FL's document, just to clarify a couple of rules. And the entries are flooding in. You guys are geniuses, or maybe genii is the word, because to get through those Fistum FL puzzles in a few days is frankly absolutely impressive, and we've had hundreds of correct entries. Very well done to everybody who's done that. Really mind-blowing, and there is still time until the 10th to do that, but we will be kicking off a new Sudoku hunt on the 1st of January. The first day of 2023 will see a launch of Jade Dyer's incredible hunt themed on, well, on special cells, on cells that are doublers or halvers or reflectors or negators. There is an absolute mix of fascinating types. Jay is a genius, and this puzzle hunt is incredible. So we're going to be releasing that on the 1st of the month. What else have we got? Oh, there's a couple of Patreon sites that are worth mentioning. I've mentioned Clover's before. She issues a number of puzzles each month for people who have joined her on Patreon. Philip Newman's got a similar site starting now, I think, as well. And I do want to mention, although Akash Dulani often sends us puzzles in connection with his books, I don't think this one is, but you can check out Akash Dulani on Amazon, and there are at least 6, maybe 7 World of Sudoku books by him that are really very good. So check those out as well if you want more puzzles. Of course, if you want more puzzles, the first place to turn is to our apps. Those are great puzzles. The Gas app is updating every so often. Actually, the Domino Sudoku app updates more often than I realised. I thought it did it in 20 puzzle chunks, but actually it updates in 5 puzzle chunks much more often than I thought. So always worth refreshing that one. Anyway, you can follow those links and to our merchandise and all of that good stuff under the video. But the first link is to this puzzle called December 25 by Akash Dulani. As I say, it says Xmas very clearly in the grid, and it's got all the cages and little killer clues are 25s. So what are the rules? Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every row, column and 3x3 box of the grid. Adjacent digits along a green line must have a difference of at least 5. Ooh, I see I'm going to have to tidy up this line before I release this puzzle link to you guys, but it does run into this cell. Now you won't be able to unsee that line not reaching to the centre of the cell on my version of the grid. So adjacent digits along a green line must have a difference of at least 5. So you could have 1 and 6 here, or 1 and 8. You couldn't have 3 and 7. They would be too close together. Digits in cages add up to the number given, 25 in each case. Digits along the marked diagonals add up to 25. They can include repeats. Those are the rules. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I don't think... Well, these 25 clues, they're almost blinking useless. What is particularly notable about all of the little killers and one of the cages is that they're 5 cells. Now, the average Sudoku digit is a 5 because that's in the middle of the numbers 1 to 9. The average for 5 cells adding up to 25 is also a 5, and that means the maximal degrees of freedom in terms of how to make up these diagonals or that cage are there, which is not helpful. Even these 4 cell 25s, I don't think they're where we begin. I think we begin with, well, we definitely begin with the German whispers, but what can we learn about the German whispers? This cell is good. It connects to 4 cells. So now we have to think about polarity. And the way we talk about polarity on green German whispers lines is we know that 5 cannot be on a green line. In fact, that puts a 5 in one of those 2 cells. Because 5 would have to be next to a number that it cannot be, something 0 or below or 10 or above. Not possible. Now, that means that along the line, digits alternate in terms of being high or low, and that's what I'm calling their polarity. You either have digits over 5, well, you have digits over 5 alternating with digits under 5, and so on. Now, this cell alternates with all of those 4 cells, which are all the same polarity. So it's the other polarity, and it must be the extreme case. This is 1 or 9 to allow these to be either 9, 8, 7, 6 or 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, yes, in this box, yeah, this is worth marking as well. Right, in this box, all of these purple cells, all of the greens are either low digits or high digits. And the purple cells, therefore, are the other polarity plus the digit 5. And I don't think they can be low. If you imagine that that was a 1, these were as high as they could be, a 5 and a 4. This is if purple was low. Then you'd get to 10, and this digit would have to be 15, and that's absolute nonsense. So in this box, purple actually turns out to be high. So I'm going to make it orange, which is what I associate with high. Therefore, this central digit is a 9, and we've got a digit in the grid. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I won't leave those marked as orange. We'll think about 5s, but I'd rather only mark digits 6, 7, 8, 9 as orange if I can get away with that. Now, let's see. What can this be? Okay, the most it can be, if these were minimum, they would be 5 and 6. That would lead this to be 20. This would be 5. But actually it can't be that because that would repeat a 5 in the cage. And if 5 was the maximum, then it must be less than 5. It's 1, 2, 3 or 4. We can definitely mark that as blue. We can mark both of those as blue because of the alternation rule that I mentioned. Those are orange. And we have some idea now. Now, in fact, I'm not going to mark those as 1, 2, 3, 4, and I shouldn't have marked this as a possible 4. And the reason for that is 4s and 6s are quite constricted. They can't appear anywhere where the 2 cells they see on a line can see each other. Now, why is that? Because the only digit that can appear next to a 4 on a whisper line is a 9. So if that was a 4, these would both have to be 9, and that obviously breaks Sudoku rules. Because they see each other, that's why. So this can't be a 4, and now we've got a 1, 2, 3 triple. These also can't be 6 because their digits see each other in the same box. They're neighbours. So those are 7, 8 or 9. Now down here we could have a 6 next to a 1. What have we learnt from that? We've got a few more colours done. Don't know. Ah, yes, I do. Look at this line. How does this alternate? Well, look, every other cell, let's do purple and green because we don't know the identity yet, but we will do very quickly. Those three are all green. Now that can't be orange, or you'd have 5 oranges in row 5. So those are going to go blue. The purples here are going to go orange. Might as well put in 6, 7, 8, 9 in those. Actually, no, these two have neighbours that see each other. They can't be 6 for the reasons we just discussed. This indeed must be a 1, 2, 3 triple. And these cells end up being 5 and 4, interestingly, which I'm not colouring because I don't know which one is 5. Now, yeah, lovely. This cell cannot be blue because it's not 1, 2 or 3. And if it was 4, both of those would be 9. So that's orange. And now we can do the colouring of alternate cells on the S. So we've coloured all the letters of Xmas fully. This can't be 6, so it's 7, 8 or 9. This one has neighbours that see each other, so it's 1, 2 or 3. This one has more freedom. This doesn't. That has neighbours that see each other. That has more freedom. Ah, but, oh no. Sorry, the neighbours of this cell do not see each other. So that is less restricted and could be a 6. Right, so we get to this position. What can we do next? This is quite interesting, actually. I like this. The remaining digits in the central row are the middly digits, 4, 5 and 6. These two are the same colour. Ah, okay, that's interesting. These two are the same colour as each other because of alternation with that cell. The same is true there because of alternation with that cell. Now, the interesting thing is that these two cannot be the same colour as these two because that would give you 4 of one colour in this row, and you're definitely going to need that colour again on this line. So this is a pair and that's a pair, and they're opposite pairs, but I don't know which is which. These are opposite digits in terms of polarity as well, but again, haven't really got a Scooby-Doo how that works. I still don't really think that these 25s are any use. These little killer clues are. Oh, maybe these are though. Right, if that's a 1, that's a 9 is 10, that must be an 8-7 pair. If that's a 2, that's an 8-6 pair. If that's a 3, these add up to 13, and there's 2 ways of doing that. That's less interesting, frankly. Ah, let's look along here. This is interesting. We've got 1 high digit there. We must have at least 1 high digit here. Well, okay, no, the quicker way to see this, there's 1 high digit there. There must be 1 on this line, and there must be 1 on this line. That's 3 high digits. Now that means that these two can't both be high, and therefore one of them must be 5. So these don't include a 5. They are both high. Does that stop this being a 3? No, I don't think it does. Darn. Not sure what's going on there. So let's try and I don't know. Okay, if these are high, yeah, all the highs are included there. So these ones off the end must be low because they're not 5. So they're low. Now, what next? This is fascinatingly difficult, actually. Not every puzzle by Akash is like this, but this one's interesting. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm not sure. We've got a high, what about this? Must there be a low digit here? There can only be one, I think, given the total. But there might be none. This might be 6, 7, 8 plus a 4. I mean, it's worth bearing in mind we can't put a 4 or a 5 in there because they're already a pair in the column. But this could be 6, 7, 8 with a 4, so they could all be high. And yet one of them can be low as well, I think. 5 plus 3. Ooh, there's only one. Wow. Oh, this is really weird. Is this right? I think there are only 2 ways to fill this because I've started thinking about this box, this cage, in terms of high and low. Now, if there is a low digit and 2 high digits there, I think that has to be 9, 8, 3, the kind of maximal ones available to go with a 5 here. And that makes 25. If instead there are 3 high digits here, that is 6, 7, 8 and 4, the minimal high digits. So there's definitely an 8 there. That's really weird. It's either 8, 7, 6 here or 8, 9, 3. And one of those goes with a 4 here and the other goes with a 5 here. That's really annoying, actually. Oh, one of these is where 6 is in this box. So that must go with a 1 in one of those places. So the 1 isn't in the middle. Now that's a 2 or a 3. Oh, if it was a 3, you couldn't put a 7 in these cells. Now, maybe that peters out there. That's annoying. Right, I don't quite know what I should be doing next. Do I have to think about these 25s? That's really weird. And in this one, we haven't veered off the sort of very centrally digits. These ones, maybe consider them together. Let's just colour those yellow for a moment. Oh, hang on. Here's a thought first. Okay, let's uncolour them. I might come back to them. This column has got 3 highs and there must be another one in this pair. So everything else, well, it's low or 5. So that's low because that can't be 5. So that's high. Okay, now I'm going to change up a bit. I'm going to expand my blues to include 5s and see if that helps determine things. Now up here we've got 4 blues there. This group adds up to 20. We must need another blue here. We can't... No. Yes, we do. That can't be 6, 7, 8. How do I know this group adds up to 20? It's by application of a secret that Simon and I know. I'm going to share it with you though, that every row, column and box in a Sudoku adds up to the same number because they all consist of 1 to 9 and that always adds up to the same, and that's 45. So these digits add up to 45. If we subtract these that add up to 25, these add up to 20. Now that means these can't all be orange because there'd be 6, 7, 8 at a minimum. That adds to more than 20. So that's orange. And there's 1 orange and blue here. Now I'm desperately trying to remember that I've changed my colour scheme so that blue includes 5 as a possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And I think, I don't know, maybe it won't help, but I had a feeling it would. I'm going with that feeling. Now 5 has been done in this row, so that's a high and a low. Oh, I knew that. Okay. 3 is the only low it could be. Don't know what it means. Oh, hang on. Can these be 3s? They would need... A 3 in one of these positions would be surrounded by an 8, 9 pair. Yeah, they can. That's okay. Okay, calm down, stand down. Now, if there was a 3 up here, that's a 2. Then there's a 1, 3 here. The 3 is surrounded by 8, 9. The 1 is surrounded by 6, 7. The 2 here will go with a 7 and a 1. I don't know. I can't see why not. There is a blue on these cells. Right, if these 3 are orange, then down here, blue and orange, that would be orange, would be the 4th orange in the row. But if those 3 include a blue, hang on, what? If those are 3 orange, there's a 4th orange here. No, then that's blue. If those include a blue, then that's 4 blues, there's a 5th there, and then that's orange. Ow, bother, that doesn't tell me anything. Now, I'd forgotten this stricture that one of these is a double blue and one is a double orange. 5 in the row is only in one of those cells. Oh look, there's 5 blues in this row. In fact, there's a 1, 2, 3 triple in that row. So that's 4 or 5. These are both orange. And they don't include a 6 because one of those is a 6. So they're from 7, 8, 9. That's a triple here. Now the middly digits are a triple in this box and a triple in that row. This is high, is 7, 8 or 9. The highs are forming a weird diagonal there. The 1, 2, 3s form a triple as well. What's going on there? I don't know. It feels like something is, but I don't know what it is. 9. That can't be 9. That's been obvious for absolutely ages. Pencil mark. And it matters. Look. This now is going to stop this being an 8-7 pair because that would break this cell, and that means this is not a 1. So that's 2 or 3. So now 1 is in one of those cells, and that's not a 1. And that means this isn't a 6. Let's see if this keeps going anywhere. It may not. One of those is a 1. Now, what have we got going on here? This is either a 2 or a 3. If it's a 2, that's an 8-6 pair. If it's a 3, this is a 7-6 pair. So there's always a 6 being used here. That's weird. Okay, that's not a 6. Oh, I could have done that from that not being a 6. One of those had to be a 6. Bother. Anyway, 6 is now not in those cells either. Oh, that means 6 is on one of these lines with a 1 next to it. So the other blues in the row are not 1, they're 2, 3 or 4. That can't be 6, but it could still be high. Oh, this is weird. Now I've got a 6, 7, 8 triple down here as well. And in fact, I've got 4 oranges, so all of these are blue, and that means these 2 are orange on this green line. So that completes 6, 7, 8, 9 in this box. These are blue. Weird, but true. This is low. It can't be 4. It's 1, 2, or 3. Right, now, oh no, I was going to say, with 2 orange and 2 blue here, yeah, okay, that's using up all 4 orange. These are blue, but that can include 5, importantly. How's this box doing? Not very interestingly still. What can this be? Well, let's put in 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Okay, I'm going to think about these now together. these diagonals, they add up to 50, but they count this cell twice to do that. Now the maximums are a 6, 3 is 9, 4 and 5 there is 18, a 4 there is 22, 9 and 8 here gets us to 39, double 5 gets us to 49, and that has to be at least a 1. That is a useless conclusion. Oh, frustratingly useless. Right, let's try and figure something else out. Now, what about all these oranges? We've got 4. One of these must be orange, and therefore one of these two is orange. But I knew that because that's blue. Oh, I feel like that has to be a 5 X-Wing, but I'm not sure. No, that could be 5 still. That's not a given at all. Okay, let's think about something else. I don't know what to think about. Is it worth colouring the 4s and 5s? I'm going to give it a try. If that's red, can't be there. That's red. That's the red one. So the other one is purple, say, which is in one of those two positions and one of those. This petered out in a hurry. Did I work? No, I don't think I did work out that one of these is a 6. That's annoying. Wow, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, folks, this is a tough puzzle. One of those is high and one is low. What does that do for me? Absolutely nothing. This is either 9683 or 987. No, it can't be 987. We've ruled that out. It's either 9862 or 9763. If that was a 3, they would have to be 8 and 9. Oh, this doesn't work at all. Right, if that was a 3, that's lovely. If that was a 3, this would be an 8-9 pair. That would be 7, but 3 in this box, which now couldn't be there, would be there next to the 7 on the whisper line. Wow, that's bonkers. Okay, that's a 2. Right, that might give us some go-ahead. This is now 6 and 8 to make the sum right to 25, yes. 8 comes out of these. That's a 5-7 pair, so 7 comes out of these cells. One of them is a 6-1 combo. The other uses 8, doesn't it? I've only just worked that out. The other uses 8, but it could be still with a 3 there. Rats. Okay, what else has this 2 done? It takes 2 out of those positions, puts 2 in here. Takes 2 out of those positions. That 2 is fine. Right, 1 and 3 there. One of these is a 3. So one of these two is 8 or 9. Therefore, this is not an 8-9 pair, and this can't be 3, and it can't be 2. If this was 3, these would be 8 and 9. But one of these is a 3 and needs 8 and 9 in its column. So we can't have an 8-9 pair there. That is a 1. Wow. That is a hard deduction. Oh, look, there's a 6-8 pair. That's a much easier deduction. Gives us a 7 there. No 7. Oh, 7 here has to be between 2 and 1. That would have been a much simpler way of getting there. One of those is a 7. These aren't. One of these is a 6 with a 1 there. I know that. That's not a 7 and that's not a 7. This is from 3, 4 or 5. One of those two is a 3. So these are from 2, 4 and 5. That's not a 3. This isn't a 2. This can't be a 4 because it's not next to a 9. So that is a very low digit, 1 or 2. Come on, keep going. This isn't a 7. That is 8 or 9. Now, this is not an 8-9 pair. Because of that cell. So, it's also not, we've just worked out that's not an 8-9 pair. So one of 8, 9 is in those and one of them is in these. Now, let's go back to the yellow cells. Maxima are 6 and 3 is 9. Plus 9 there is 18. A 4 there is 22. I don't think this has changed much. That's annoying. 9 and 7 is now the maximum here because one's slightly from the 9-8 pair and one's from the 7-6 pair. 22 and 16 is 38. Double 5 is 48. That's gone up to being at least 2. Ah, useless. Oh no, hang on. Here. 3, that can't be a 7. Can this really be a 6? Right, what is going on down? This is 1, 2, 4 or 5. We've got a high digit down here along with a low digit, obviously. Come on, think about it, think about it. Something here. Okay, that's actually interesting. If the high digit down here was an 8 or a 9, then the 8-9 pair there would make that a 6. That would make that a 1, which would make that a 2. 1 and 2 would be gone, so that would be 4 or 5 making a pair. And whichever of these was 8 or 9 would need a 1 with it. My God, that's weird. I think that's right though. Okay, the simpler way to look at that is if there's an 8 or 9 in this pair, which is obviously one high and one low, then that becomes a 6, that becomes a 1. Where does 1 go in column 8 then? If this is a 1, it can't be here. It's got to be here. So if this is an 8-9 pair, that's a 1. Now the alternative is that it's not, the high digit is not 8 or 9, it can't be 7, it must be 6. And it would still have to go with a 1, and there is a 1 here, and it's sitting right there. That is incredible. Right, brilliant. So they're orange, they're blue, that's orange. This is a 2. That's not a 6, that's an 8. This is not an 8. One of these had to be a 6-1 pair, so it's gone over here. We know which way round that is. I can colour. Ah, with a 6 here. Oh yes, this was 8, 6. It was not 8, 6, 3. 17, because that would lead to 21 or 22. It was 8, 7, 6, all high. To go with a 4 here. And we coloured those 4s red, which was quite unnecessary, it turns out. Now that's a 5. They're not 4s. Okay, so let's get rid of the red colouring, because it was just a waste of time, and the purple there. Those aren't 6s, obviously, even though they're from 7, 6, 8. This is a 9, has to be. These are, well, that's 2 or 3, that's 2, 3 or 4. This must be known. It's a 1. It is known. This is, well, it could be 5. In fact, these are from 2, 3, 4 and 5. They make a quadruple. It doesn't do anything because, well, this is 6, 8 or 9 and I really still don't know which, I don't think. This could even be a 7. Now, I am remembering that one of these... this is... No, I was going to say it's not blue now, but I don't even know that because I've got 5 blue cells. That's not a 1. Okay, we've placed 1 in this region. That means we know where 6 is. That means... yes. Where does 7 go? It can't go here because it would be with a 3 on the line. So 7's there next to 2. That's a 3. Can't actually do the 8 and 9 as a result, but we're getting some cells done. Now, what about this? 6 plus maximum, we go up to 20, and that could be a 5. Minimum, 9, 15, and that would be a 10. Well, this is somewhere between 5 and 9 now, but it's not 8 or 9, so it's 5, 6, or 7. What about this? Maximum 6, 10, 14, 23, 28. We're going to have to reduce by 3 from that maximum. This can't be 6 anymore, which feels slightly interesting. Let's try the totals adding up to 50 again. So we've got 10 for definite. Let's say that it's maximum 16, 20, 27. A 9 and a 7 here is 43. And double this to get to 50. This can't be 3 anymore. And it can't be 4. This is a 5. And we're very near the maximum now. Oh, sorry, we're very near the total. So with the I'm going to do this again. Let's just check this. With the maxima, 6, 10, 16, 23, 27, double that, 37, plus a 9 and a 7 here, 46, 52. Oh, I was 1 out, but that's fine because this couldn't have been a 4. So we did wipe out the 3 possibility. Oh, in fact, this has become a 3. That's not a 3. Now this was very close to maximal, wasn't it? This is, well, I think there's 2 degrees of freedom left here. I'm doing this calculation yet again, sorry. Maximum, 6, 10, 16, a 7 there is 23, 4 there is 27, double 5 is 37, plus 9 and 7 is, it's come to a different total again, 53. It's still too many for that to have been a 3, thank God. So the logic wasn't wrong, just the maths. But now I don't feel like I can eliminate much. Oh, well, that can't be a 1 because it sees 3 1s in the grid. Oh, I just need to do some maths, surely. 25 plus that is 26, plus that is 34. These two add up to 11. Oh, 8 is looking at that. Right, so then, oh, hang on, let's just do this. That's an 8. Gosh, I'm really missing a lot, but maybe now. These add up to 11. They can't be 9, 2 or 8, 3. They are 4, 7 or 5, 6. They're not 5, 6 because that would break that cell. So they're 4, 7. Ooh, so that's a 3. That's become a 4. That's not a 4. So this is a 2, 3 pair. That's 4 or 5. This is 4 or 5, but it's looking at a 4, 7 pair that we've just created. So that's 5. That's 4. This is 6. That's 5. How's this total going? 15, 20 plus 5. So that's 2 and 3. Now, let's go back. Oh, look at this. We've got 4 of these digits. 10, 16. We need a 9 there. Now, here we've got 3 of them. 11 plus 14 in these 2 cells. Well, that can't be a 5. And this can't be a 6. It's either a 6-8 pair or a 7-7 pair. It can't be a 6-8 pair because this couldn't be a 9-8 pair. for some reason. What was the reason these couldn't both be high? Because one of these is a 3 and is sitting on an 8-9 pair. So that's 7, that's 7. All of these yellows, let's go there. All of the yellows are done, so I'm unyellowing the yellows. Now, these can't be 7s. So one of them is a 6. In fact, that's a 6-8 pair, so that's a 9. They're not 9s. We need a 6, 8, 5 in that box. Okay, I will keep colouring just for you guys. There we go. Now, that's a 3, that's a 2. 7 and 8, 3 and 9 up here. 2, now is when I have to go carefully and not make a mistake at this point. That 7 has sorted out 5 and 7, which sorts out 5 and 6, which sorts out 8 and 6, which sorts out 8 and 9. Now we know where the 1 is. That's next to the 6. Yeah, it can't be 3 there. That's the 3. So those can't have a 3. These can't have a 1. That is, neither of those is a 2. That's not a 3 or a 4. That's a 1. That's not a 1 or a 4. That's a 5. That's not an 8 or a 9. That is a 6. 8 there. This one is known. It's a 9. That might sort out the pairs in rows 1 and 3. Well, it places 3 here. Maybe it's not going to do all of the work. Oh, that 5 is resolved. 2, 4, 7, 4. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 7. That's an 8. 6 and 8. Let's do the colouring up here of 9s and 7s as orange. 5, 4, 3, 2 are blue. By the power of counting blues, that's blue and that's orange. And indeed it's a 7, that's a 6, that's a 4. 2 digits left suddenly, 2 and 4. And that is a fantastic puzzle. I'm very glad Akash didn't send me that on Christmas Day, because in the state I was in on Christmas Day, I might well not have finished that. That feels like a very difficult December 25 puzzle. Although I admit I probably took longer on Panthera's puzzle, which was a bit bigger. I think I never felt, ooh, I'm really a bit stuck. Whereas I did with this a couple of times. Very good puzzle, very interesting. I never actually calculated that 25. Let's just, you can tell that's averaging at 5 because it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A sequence with 5 in the middle. I don't think that clue was necessary, Akash, because I think I solved the whole puzzle without it, but it does work. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Thank you so much to Akash for sending that. Thank you to you for watching our humble channel as we put out 2 videos a day every day. Always a pleasure, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.